Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm tired. I have been doing a lot. I have a lot going on. There's been a lot of life changes. If you saw my previous video about me moving to Thailand and that whole process, then you kind of know what's going on. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. I am here in East Thailand, I guess it's technically considered. I would consider it the South, but in Jomtien, near Chonburi and near a bigger city, which we won't say the name of because YouTube will punish me if I say that name. But you can Google it and know exactly or almost exactly where I am in Thailand if you just search Jomtien or Chonburi. But anyways, I'm tired, guys. I have a lot of stuff going on. Recording these videos is getting tougher and tougher. Just my life is crazy. And tonight in this video, I want to talk about adaptation, about change. Obviously, you guys, if you're following my story, if you're following my journey, I'm running a business. You guys know I recently just took a job which is not remote yet. And you guys know that, I'm managing clients and, trying to get healthy, lose weight, do all of these different things, and obviously I'm trying to have a social life. I'm trying to hang out with friends. I'm trying to go on dates, enjoy myself, play some pool. I'm playing a lot of pool here in Thailand. It is definitely the thing to do in the area that I'm at. So, juggling that is a lot. And I think this is something that's so prevalent. I'll probably do some videos here in the future talking about how the actual process is of settling into different countries, especially when you're a business owner and everything else, and what to look for. So if you guys are interested in that kind of travel side of the content more, make sure you check that out when it comes out. But really, tonight I just want to talk about adaptation in general, and this is going to hit on business, this is going to hit on personal, it's going to hit on travel. If there's one thing that changing countries, and so when I say changing countries, I don't just mean, traveling for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I mean uprooting yourself and actually moving to a different country. If there's one thing that changing countries has taught me, is that you just have to have a lot of patience. When you are going through some significant life changes, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's literally your environment, you're changing everything, you gotta have patience. And I think there's so many lessons in this lifestyle that I live of constantly traveling and, adjusting to not only just different environments, but different cultures, adjusting to different habits and routines in my own personal life. There's so many things that go into change. And, change is something that is absolutely required for us to grow. And this process of uplifting and moving to a new country has been one of the most large indicators and one of the most best teachers for me of how to adapt with change correctly. And again, I think so many times as small business owners, I talk a lot about systems, about processes, about people, and how to make these things work for your sales and marketing. But, a lot of times we get into this mode of we like things how they are, or we get into this mode of we're going to change everything because everything sucks, right? And we get some new information and we realize, oh my gosh, everything that we're doing is terrible. We got to revamp it all. And so we want to change everything right away. And in reality, you're going to create more headaches. You're going to create more problems when you're in either one of those modes. The thing you have to understand is whether you're in business, whether it's your personal life or anything that you're going through in your life, you have to take change on as it comes, and you kind of have to just go with the flow. So, some of the things when you're going to a new country is you have to learn the culture. You have to relearn the food. You have to relearn even things as far as getting drinking water. So a lot of you that haven't traveled yet, or you are traveling, you may have experiences, you may have not, but even like in Bali, the process of getting drinking water was literally calling up a local shop, getting a 5-gallon jug of water delivered, and you do that as much as you need. Well, here in Thailand, they might have that, but really what's been explained to me, the process of getting drinking water is you literally download a 7-Eleven app. Hello, my friends in the West. I know we thought 7-Eleven was dead, but it's actually well and alive in Asia. It is, especially in Thailand, there's literally 5 almost on every 2 blocks that you walk around. And so what you do is you download this app and you can have the water delivered straight to your house, and it's literally just like large 1.5 liter water bottles. And that's how you do drinking water in Thailand. It's very inexpensive. It's very practical. But it's a lot different than what I was used to in Bali. And that, again, is a lot different than what I was used to in the Philippines when I was there. And all of this is a lot different than just being able to drink out of the tap water or having a fridge that spits out water for you when I was back in the US. And so there's a lot of things that you have to go through that are going to change. Even looking at your different visas and all of those different types of things when you're looking to move to a different country for a long period of time. It's the same within our business. I'm working with a client right now, and we're trying to accomplish a couple really big strategic campaigns. And so we've got a lot going on with those campaigns. We've just hired a new team. And, in the process, they're realizing, hey, if we want to manage this team effectively, we have to have some new systems, some new processes, and we have to make sure that we can know what everyone is doing, make sure that everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing, and make sure that we're all working towards the same goal and the same path. And so they want to implement all of these new procedures and processes, and that's great. That's good. Trust me, that's what I preach: systems, processes, and people. But there is a time and a method and a flow to which you have to be able to implement those things. You have to be willing to take on challenges as they come. It can be very overwhelming to be in that mode where it seems like there's constant problems until you get all the quirks figured out of this new system or this new process. But you kind of have to be able to roll with the flow, and you have to kind of implement solutions as you see them. And that's honestly the biggest thing for this video, and that's the biggest thing for business owners. If you are wanting to grow your business, if you are wanting to live a life that is more free, you're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to change some things in yourself and in your business, and that's going to create some problems. And you have to be willing to take on those problems and face them and create solutions around them. And some of those solutions are going to fail. Some of those solutions are going to work really well. And so it's the same whether you're, trying to grow your business, or you're changing countries, or you're in a weight loss journey, and you're trying to go through different plateaus. On the fitness side, I can tell you guys that one of the biggest mental challenges I have had, going from over 330 pounds, 150 plus kilos, down to 117 kilos, or about 260 pounds or so, which is where I'm about right now. You go through stages. So there's times when I can go 2-3 months and I can lose 10 kilos, or about 22 pounds, and it comes off consistently. But then my body plateaus. It needs a rest. It needs to adapt to all of the change that's happened within my body. And so then I got to give it a couple weeks, maybe 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, to adapt to the new change, depending on how much change there was previously. And then I can start to attack that weight loss again. And that's kind of where I've been at in the past month or so. And there's so many challenges when it comes to change. And what I really want to tell you guys is, no matter what you're going through in your life, you have to go ahead and you have to deal with those changes just one at a time. Sometimes it's one day at a time. For me right now, I moved to Thailand, and one of the reasons why I selected the condo I'm in, I'm paying a little bit more than I was actually planning on to be in this condo, is because it includes things like a pool, it has a gym, and it has a pool table, which is really nice, and several different nice lounges and stuff. So if I want to record some videos in some different areas, or go work in a common area, or if I want to shoot, some pool around with a buddy, or again, what's most important to me is going and making sure I get my cardio done, then, it is worth it for me to pay a little bit more to have those things. But again, as I've gotten here and I've started settling into my life in Thailand and my new routine, I'm trying to figure that out. It's actually pretty frustrating because it's taking me a lot of time to figure out what my routine is. I'm having to adapt to a whole bunch of new processes and new systems in my personal life. I'm having to adapt to some new things that I brought into my life, such as the job, and obviously new customs, new food, new routines as far as how I can go, again, get water when I'm working out. One of the things is, with the area that I'm in, which is really cool, and we'll put some content of this in the video here so you guys can see this, but I'm really close to the beach. I'm actually really close to everything that I need, except for a supermarket where I currently live. I'm a block from the beach. There's a night market that's there that has, inexpensive but good quality local food. There's a 7-Eleven that's really close. There's some bars where you can go play pool that are pretty close. And my work is just a 7 or 8 minute drive away. And so, one of the things I've noticed is that I'm not doing the cardio in the gym that I would have normally done. But at the same time, I'm getting more steps in now than I was when I was doing cardio back in Bali. And that's because, in Bali, I had a set regimen. I would go walk on the treadmill for an hour a day. I had an incline, I had a speed I would hit. And the focus there was just to kind of get through that process. And now my life here is I'm not really having to go to the gym here, even though one of the main reasons I am spending more on this place was for the gym, is because my lifestyle now has adapted, it has changed to just walking everywhere I need. And so going through all of these changes can be very difficult, it can be very time consuming, it's very energy draining, which is why it's been more difficult for me to record these videos for you guys and kind of not only just share the information I have about how you can structure your business to get more freedom, but also to kind of document my lifestyle, because I'm honestly just busy and I'm just drained. And the only way that I am able to even think about keeping up with everything that I have going on with my clients, with my own marketing, and with the job that I have, is because I have a team of remote workers that are supporting me on the business side. And so as we continue to grow the business, we're going to be looking at utilizing more of those remote workers to help facilitate more of the processes and the tasks that we have in the business, and help free me up more from a lot of the nitty gritty and kind of the day-to-day operations of working with clients. And so we're going to be looking at evolving the business. We're going to be looking at evolving the workflows for our teams and hiring some new team members to come in and help with some of those things. But it really is only because I've set my business up to, one, have remote workers, that it doesn't matter where my workers are, right? If I am in Bali, if I'm in the Philippines, if I'm in Colombia, if I'm in Serbia, it doesn't matter where I am. I could be in an airport for half a day, right? My business continues to operate because I have workers that are location independent, and they can continue working, and I'm not disrupting them based on my lifestyle choices. And they can continue working, and even though I'm going through all of these struggles, and even though I'm going through all of these challenges and trying to adjust and trying to adapt and getting them content late, this video I was supposed to record a couple days ago, but it just wasn't working for me. I just had some hurdles that I couldn't overcome. And so I'm getting this to my editor a little bit late, and I'm hoping he can publish it, get it edited, publish it on time to release to you guys, so we're on a consistent schedule, because obviously that's important to the YouTube algorithms. But guys, if it wasn't for having the remote workers, if it wasn't for having the systems I have, the processes I have, we've got a system in place to manage our tasks. We have process in place to manage all of the tasks and systems that we have, then it would be a train wreck. My business would come to a stop. And I see this so many times when business owners face personal challenges in their life, their business comes to a stop. And this is something that is just so crucial and critical, that you guys really have to make sure that you have systems and processes and people in place, so that when things happen, because things are inevitably going to happen, you're either going to make some changes in your life, or some things are going to happen that you're going to have to step away from the business. You're going to have to take time to deal with some personal matters, and your business just simply can't stop, right? Like, you can't stop making money, you can't stop helping customers, or else you're going to go out of business. And then what are you going to do? I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. And so this is why this is so important. It's not just so that way you can live an amazing life, you can have all your dreams reached, and you can accomplish your goals. Obviously those things are important, but it's also really important to make sure you have these things in place when stuff comes up that you have to deal with, and you just cannot spend as much time on the business as you normally would. And Robert Kiyosaki says this, can you step away from your business for 6 months, not touch it, not do anything with it, and come back and it still be there? If that's not the case, then you don't have a real business. Maybe you're self-employed. And this is honestly the mode that I'm in right now. I'm still self-employed. Most of the business still relies on me, at least from a marketing standpoint, because hey, I am the guy, right? I have to create the content. And that's fine, but there's a lot of other systems in my business, there's a lot of other processes and lead generation activities and things like that that would actually continue to happen regardless of if I continue to make content or not. And so even though I've been going through this crazy time the past couple of months with adjusting to, a new country, a new culture, again, new habits, new routines, trying to figure out what my schedule looks like, going through some personal issues with this whole transition, my business has been able to continue moving forward and there's been no disruption. Has it been perfect? No. Have some things fallen to the wayside that we need to fix? Yes. Have there been some issues? Absolutely. Am I freaking out about those things? No, because hey, at the end of the day, my business is still functional, we're still operational, we're still doing what we need to get done. It may not be to the level that we want it to be at, but we are still getting it done. We know how to fix those problems, we're putting solutions in place, and we'll keep moving forward. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And when you live a lifestyle like I do, where you jump from country to country and you are constantly adapting to new processes and things, the process of going and getting a visa or residency permit in a new country or any kind of documentation with a local government is a process in its own. You have a different language, you have different customs, you have in some countries, especially like in Thailand, they'll say, hey, you need these things, and you can go talk to a specific person at the counter and they'll say, oh, well, you need these other things. And so it can really be a challenging process to do that. And because I think I've been through that so many times, and any of you that have been through that, you kind of understand like, hey, this is just a part of life, right? Like if we're going to push, if we're going to try to accomplish better things, bigger things, then there's going to be challenges and we have to come up with solutions, and we kind of have to be able to just, go with the flow and, solve problems as they come up and just come up with the best solution that we can at the time. And then if that doesn't work, we come up with a better solution and we implement, and we just keep doing that process over and over. And this is how I figured out how to optimize my business to run without me, to run with a team. This is how I figured out how to manage a team with very minimal effort. Honestly, with my core team, I do not do any weekly meetings at this point. I do have a very small team. They are very focused on specific tasks that they do. But we don't even have a weekly meeting at this point. We manage everything in a WhatsApp conversation. So my team is all in one conversation and we just manage everything there. Everyone knows what everyone's doing. Everyone notifies everyone there. I can monitor everything, make sure everything's getting done. And again, things are not perfect, but they are working. And so again, if you're in this mode of, oh my gosh, everything in my business works this exact way, I can't change it or else it's going to fall apart. It's not really true. Like, yes, you're going to have problems. There's hurdles that are going to come up, but you have to be willing to embrace those challenges, embrace those hurdles, and honestly create a little bit of a mess in order to get to that next level. And if you're at the other end of the spectrum where you're just trying to implement, and you're going too fast, your team's not going to be able to catch up. You're not going to be able to create proper solutions, and you're just going to continue to create more problems than you're actually solving. And so if you're following my channel and you have a business and travel is something that you're interested in, or maybe you've done it, I would suggest as a solid, healthy exercise and just for some diversification of your own, which I'll talk about in the future, of why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing in my life, like multiple bank accounts in different countries, multiple passports, multiple residencies, things like that. We'll dive into more of those details in the near future. But I would challenge you to go out and maybe try to establish yourself in a country, even if you don't go live there permanently. Go live there for 3 months, go live there for 6 months. Put yourself in some of these different scenarios, and you'll have this real experience of like, hey, I have to figure out how to get water to drink. I have to figure out how I'm going to get my exercise in. I have to figure out, where I'm going to buy food and what kind of food is there available. If I'm going to go eat out at restaurants or local mom and pop places, I have to know what the food is, right? Like if you're in a different country, it's a different language. It's much, much different than just being in your home country and just moving to a different house or different condo or something like that. There is a lot of hurdles, and you'll quickly realize like this is just a part of life. It's just one of those things that we have to go through, and I'm so thankful that even though I'm tired, even though I am running out of energy, even though I'm kind of struggling to keep up at certain times, I am so thankful that I get to have these experiences because they are making me a better person. They're making me a more experienced person and coach, and have way more perspective and empathy with my clients, and understanding what they're going through and understanding the challenges that they have, and just being able to work with them through those different challenges. The reason why I became a coach instead of just an facilitator with the marketing was because I saw that there was so much more need on the side of actually supporting business owners and giving them the proper strategies to just implement systems, processes, and people in sales and marketing in their own business successfully, so they can have long-term consistent growth. One of the challenges I had as a agency owner for social media marketing and digital marketing in general was that we would come in, we would do all of this marketing. The business owners, they would have these challenges, and we just really struggled to be able to build in an aspect of where we could help them with those challenges and still do our marketing job very well. And so, noticing that need, I saw a much bigger opportunity to have a much bigger impact with my clients by saying, hey, I'm going to come alongside you. I'm going to help you build this internally, which is going to save you a lot of money. It's going to give you a lot more control, and it's going to give you a lot more long-term growth and stability as a company. And so that's why I do what I do. And having these experiences of trying to navigate these different challenges in my personal life, and then also navigating these challenges while running a business, is giving me a lot of perspective and empathy for my clients, and helping them also navigate these different situations. Because let's face it, again, even if you're not causing a lot of change in your life at this point, things are bound to happen at some point that are going to pull you away from the business, that you're going to want to be pulled away from the business for, to deal with, to be able to focus on. And those really are the times. It's kind of like having an insurance policy. It's like, we don't always think that an insurance policy is sexy, but if we get in an accident or if something happens to where we need it, we're extremely thankful that we had it. And so building out your systems, building out your process is painful, it's boring, it's not fun, it's not sexy. Hiring a team is not fun. It's full of challenges because you're managing and dealing with people. It's honestly very tedious. It can, burn you out as far as energy goes. It's just a lot of work. And this is what I do, right? So I know, but if you want to be able to have that flexibility and that freedom in your life, then you have to be able to go through these challenges, go through these pain points, go through these hurdles, and really just take on life as it comes, and just say, hey, I'm not going to be afraid of these challenges. I'm going to embrace these challenges, and let's get to the freaking next level. Because I can tell you guys, my life is pretty freaking amazing. I hope your life is as well. If it's not, I want to help you get there through, means of business, if you're a business owner, and building out your team in sales and marketing. But I hope you have an awesome life, and I hope you're really happy with the decisions you made. And even though I'm tired and exhausted, for now, I know that in a couple months, when I go back to being remote, I'm going to have that great balance of life and work. And I do enjoy my work. I love my work. Right now, it's taking over my life a little bit. I'm imbalanced a little bit. But I know that's just for a season. And on the other side of this, I'm going to be so thankful that I went through this process. And I'm going to be so thankful that, I've set up what I currently have to really function well for my life and get me closer to some different goals that we'll talk about in future videos, such as passports and other things. And it's challenging, but I embrace the challenge, and, just take it day by day. And so you guys, if you're going through different challenges in your life, if you're trying to scale up your business, if you're trying to change your life to be more nomadic, if you want to, shut down your life in the current country you're in and go to a different country, or even if you just want to start traveling a little bit, even if you don't want to go to that extreme, but you want to start traveling more, you have to understand it's not just going to be as simple as putting a plan together and following that plan. Especially when you get in other countries, life is going to happen. Things are not going to be the way you think they are. Things are going to be very different, and you just got to roll with it. You got to be flexible. Come up with your solutions as you go. Learn, accept that this is just a part of life. It's the fun adventure of life. And I always say my life is crazy. I don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And honestly, that used to kind of freak me out a bit. But now I just embrace it. I honestly love it. If my life is the same, if I know what to expect from my life every day, I get very bored. And when I get bored, I make stupid decisions. I do stupid things. And so I cannot afford to get bored in the financial or in the mental sense. So, I love the fact that my life is crazy. It's unpredictable. I'm always doing different things and I'm always on the go and on the move. And so, whatever your life is, whatever, you need to do to get your life to a point where you're completely happy and you're reaching your goals, you're reaching your dreams, it's my goal to help you do that in any way I can. And that's it for this video. I hope this was beneficial. Again, this is kind of like a new style I'm doing where, I'm just going to kind of document my life, kind of tell you guys what's going on. Highlight some different ways that doing this remote work thing, this digital nomad thing, chasing passports and doing all this stuff, how it actually plays out in my life, because I know I've done a lot of content for you guys and I talk a lot about, why you need to do these, certain things such as systems, process, and people and how to set those up. But what does that actually mean for your life? And so the best way I believe I can show you that is to kind of just start showing you my life and how, this stuff plays out in my life. Like I said, every day is different. That's what I enjoy. You may not enjoy that and it may freak you out, and that's okay. But we can be in this together and we can help you design your ideal life and we can help you live the life of your dreams. And you can definitely do it through business. You just have to do it in the right way. All right, guys, until the next video. Hey, guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you got some value out of that, make sure you go ahead and let me know by leaving a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and comments down in the comment section. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. We release 3 videos a week, one on sales, one on marketing, and one on VAs. And of course, if you want to check out some of our services or products, check out the links in the description, as well as you can find information on one-on-one coaching and consulting with me, where we can dive into the specific strategies and solutions that you need in order to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures or low 7 figures to more 7 figures.